Hello everyone, Lone Wolf here. This is a very, very interesting video, okay? Because these are my 5 favorite albums regardless of genre. I can put these albums on, any of these 5 albums, and just think, hey, that's basically it for me. I love this album to death, and yada yada yada. Let's get to the list, okay? So, the first album is Ghost Stories by Coldplay. I just feel like the the way it sounds, I mean, even though it may not feature the beautiful guitar work by Johnny Buckland and the precise drumming of Will Champion, I feel like it's still a good album. You know why? It's it's just a somber album. A lot of people may associate it with Chris Martin, of course, doing his conscious uncoupling from what you call it, his unconscious uncoupling from Gwyneth Paltrow. So, yeah. Then, but yeah, if I were to give it a like a rating, I would say I'd give it a 7 out of 10. You know, I mean, there are some songs that you may have to get used to, like "Oh, Fly On" and all that stuff, but the album itself is still pretty good. Next up is the very first Liquid Mind album, 0 Degrees 0. All I gotta say is it's 4 tracks long, and I think it's about an hour, but it's just a great little ditty that, you know, pretty much works if you want to have a nice little sleep. Let me check that first Liquid Mind album. It's called Ambience Minimus, and it runs for 66 minutes. Whew, that is a whopper of an album, and all I gotta say is it's pretty good. Another whopper of an album is Transfer Station Blue with Michael Shreve, Kevin Shreve, and Klaus Schulze. That album is 4 tracks long, but tracks 2 and 4, um, track 2, um, is really good. The title track is amazing. Oh, and I'm not gonna give a rating to the rest of these albums, but Transfer Station Blue, um, well, all I gotta say is, you know, what was it? Oh yeah, Nucleotide, really nice. A really nice little track that, kind of sets up the title track nicely. Communicate Approach Power, which does appear in GTA 4's was it The Journey? Really, really nice. And I do apologize for any background noise. I do have some family over, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. But of course the final track, View from the Window or View from a Window, whichever you want to say, it's just right to end an album. It's just a simple guitar lick, kind of going over with some synthesizers the by Klaus himself. That's all I'm gonna say about that album. Speaking of good minimalistic albums, next to last one is Oxygène Trilogy by Jean-Michel Jarre. The trilogy itself is pretty damn long. I think it's about 3 hours or something. But it's a really good trilogy. I mean, yeah, the whole album itself is it's really good. The actual names are Oxygène Part 1, like Oxygène 7 to 13, and Oxygène 3. And let me see how long this album is. The album itself is, along with the continuous mix, I don't know really. But yeah, it's pretty fucking long. And if you look for it on Spotify, even though it's long, the continuous mix is about 40 minutes. Okay? And then lastly is the Who Sell Out. Because who doesn't love a good Who album? I do. Of course, that album is actually my favorite album by The Who. More than Tommy, more than Quadrophenia. Why? Simple. I could listen to the first side, the first side for years to come. Because it's just pretty crazy, man. And the album itself runs about 40 minutes. I mean, side 1 starts off with Armonia Sitting in the Sky, and then I Can See for Miles. Runs 20 minutes. And then side 2, which has Silas Stingy and Rael, which runs about 18 minutes. Side 2 runs about 18 minutes, but side 1 is the one you gotta listen to. Oh, and Odor Ono, such a good track. So once again, my 5 favorite albums, regardless of genre, is Ghost Stories by Coldplay, 0 Degree Zero by Liquid Mind, Transfer Station Blue by Michael Shreve, with Kevin Shreve and Klaus Schulze, the Oxygène Trilogy by Jean-Michel Jarre, and then The Who Sell Out by The Who. Well then, seeing that this is the last video before, the second video before, the last video of the week before the weekend hits, I hope you enjoy some of these albums, Trust me, I do. And if you can find that continuous mix for the Oxygène Trilogy, it's about 40 minutes, so it's all good, okay? See you all later.